Hey there everyone, it's Matt with Woodworking, and today I'm going to be giving a tutorial on how to use the pen reamer. The pen reamer is a really cool tool. It's designed to take a piece of wood that looks like this. Notice how the tube is in there. You can kind of see the glint of the metal. It's in there, but it's not flush with the wood. If you turn this, you're going to have a pen, but it's not going to line up right once you mount it on the pen kit. So the goal is to turn this piece of wood and make it look like this. Notice how the tube is perfectly lined up with the wood. So there's a few things that we need to know about how to use the reamer. The first is that this reamer right here, it does not come as one part usually. You want to you buy each part separately, and then you need to put it together once you have you have each part. This is the 7mm drill bit. It goes inside of the tube. Sometimes you need to work it a little bit to get it in there. It goes inside the tube, and this bit is the saw blade. These parts right here they're not very sharp, but they're sharp enough that they'll cut the wood. And I'll demonstrate how to do that in just a moment. So you do need to buy each part of the reamer separately. The other thing I wanted to talk about before we got too far in is sharpening and cleaning the reamer. So this part right here on the edge, is the blade. And like any other type of saw or knife, it ends up getting dull over time. So I have this little tiny whetstone that I use to sharpen it every once in a while. Because unlike chisels, knives, you can't really sharpen them on a wheel. You have to use something very, very small. And all you do is you take the whetstone and slide it along. And because this has 4 blades, you do it on all 4 of them. And you don't need to do this often. I've had this reamer for a few months now, and this is, I've only sharpened it a few times. It does not get dull quickly, but if you're making a few pens a week or more, you'll want to sharpen it often, and knowing how to sharpen it prevents you from needing to buy a new one too. This is a pretty small piece of equipment, but they can cost up to $15, $20, $25 depending on where you purchase them, and you don't want to spend that money if you don't have to. The other thing that I'd like to demonstrate is cleaning it. You can see that this has bits of wood from the last time I've used it. Just use a Q-tip. You can get right in there and you can wipe down all that wood. Is leaving a little bit of wood on it going to break it? No. But if you're like me, you like to take good care of your tools, and it preserves the longevity of them. So the longer you plan on doing this, the longer you'll want to take good care of it. And keeping your tools clean will prevent them from breaking down just a little bit less quickly. Alright, when we're ready to go, we put it back on. We will need to tighten this guy. There's a little Allen wrench. You want to have this nice and tight. If it's not tight, once you put it in your drill, it won't do what it's supposed to do. Alright. We're going to be getting loud. You put it in your drill bit. Make sure that it is centered as nicely as you can do. Keep it nice and tight. Make sure that you are going the correct way on your drill. The flat end should be moving forward. I don't know if you can see it slowly like there. Alright. You definitely want to be using safety protection. I have my safety goggles on. I'm going to put my glove on. You can use a drill press on this. In fact, that's probably a lot safer than any other method. That way your hand is nowhere near it, especially if you have this locked in a vise. I wear gloves, and because I don't have a drill press, I just make sure that my hands are not anywhere near. You definitely don't want to hold it like this. That can be quite dangerous. Hold it down here, hold it tightly, and Every once in a while, take it out. You can see that it's creating a circle, and it's getting closer to that tube in there. Almost there. Almost. One more will do it. All right, I think we got it. Now you'll notice that this is recessed quite a bit, and that's okay. When you start turning it, all this excess will chip off, and it won't really matter when you look at it. Now, depending on the type of wood, or if you are turning an acrylic, some people turn antlers or horns. You'll want to wear a face mask, some sort of breathing device. Because especially antlers, they can be very, very bad for your lungs. They've been known to cause some illnesses. So definitely take care of yourself while you're doing this. Even though making things on your lathe is pretty cool, it's definitely not worth getting sick over. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please feel free to comment. Let me know if you have any questions. And if this was helpful for you, feel free to hit that like button down below. Thanks for tuning in, guys.